How many people are living inside your marriage right now? When you close your bedroom door, is it just the two of you, or are the voices of your friends, your mother, and 1,000 strangers on the internet sitting there with you? Why is it that the first piece of advice we receive when things get hard is to just walk away? When did protecting your peace become a code word for quitting when it gets difficult? Do the people telling you to leave have to live with the silence of your house at night? Do they have to tuck your children into bed into different homes? We live in a world that treats relationships like iPhones. If it's cracked, just trade it in for a newer model. But what if the crack is where the light gets in? What if the most courageous thing you can do isn't to walk out the door, but to close it, lock it, and finally listen to the only voice that actually matters? Maryam's marriage wasn't abusive, but it was dry. It was frustrated. It was broken by the standards of every podcast she listened to. When she went to brunch with her friends, the consensus was unanimous. You're too young to be this unhappy, Maryam. You deserve a man who treats you like a queen every single day. Just leave him. Even her social media algorithm seemed to agree. Every scroll showed her quotes about choosing yourself and leaving toxic energy behind. The noise was so loud that Maryam started to see her husband, Yusuf, through the lens of their judgment. Every time he forgot to do the dishes, it wasn't a chore, it was proof that he didn't respect her. But one night, Maryam sat down to write her divorce post in her head. She started listing all the reasons she should leave. But then, she looked at a photo from 5 years ago. She saw Yusuf holding her hand during her surgery. She remembered the way he stayed up all night when the business failed. She realized something terrifying. She was making the biggest decision of her life based on the opinions of people who didn't know the texture of her husband's soul. They saw the data points of his mistakes, but they didn't see the history of his heart. Maryam decided to perform an experiment. She called it the Great Silence. For 30 days, she stopped talking to her friends about her marriage. She deleted her social media apps. She stopped looking for external validation for her pain. In the silence, she finally heard her own values. She realized she didn't value perfection, she valued endurance. She realized she didn't want a new man, she wanted the man she married to remember who they were before the world told them they weren't happy. She went to Yusuf, not with a list of demands from her friends, but with a confession from her heart. She said, "I stopped listening to them. I'm ready to start listening to you." It wasn't an overnight fix, but it was the first real conversation they had had in 3 years. Maryam saved her marriage because she stopped letting the world vote on it. The world is loud because it is confused. People give advice based on their own fears, their own failed pasts, and their own desire for drama. But you are the one who has to live the life you choose. Whether it's your marriage, your career, or your dreams, the outside noise will always tell you to take the path of least resistance. It will tell you that if it's hard, it's wrong. But greatness is rarely easy. And a lasting legacy is never built by people who quit the moment the crowd cheered for their exit. Values aren't found in a comment section. They are found in the quiet. Listen to your heart. Listen to your vows. Listen to your own inner compass. If you know there is something worth saving, save it. Not because they told you to, but because you chose to. Silence the noise. Reclaim your vision. Comment my choice if you're ready to trust your own heart again.